Hey everyone, welcome back to United Focus, your home for all the latest Manchester United transfer news, breaking updates and everything happening around Old Trafford as Michael Carrick prepares for his first full season as permanent manager. Today we have massive breaking news surrounding Manchester United's midfield rebuild because reports coming out of Italy are now claiming that Ederson is very close to becoming a Manchester United player, while Sandro Tonali has reportedly become Michael Carrick's dream signing this summer. We are also going to cover the latest updates on Elliot Anderson, Joshua Zirkzee, Marcus Rashford, Gleison Bremer, and why United are now preparing one of the biggest midfield overhauls in recent years. So before we begin, make sure you subscribe to United Focus, smash the like button, and comment below. Which midfielder should United sign first this summer? Ederson, Tonali, or Elliot Anderson? Now let's get straight into the breaking news. This is the week the summer starts at Manchester United. The Premier League season ends on Sunday at Brighton. Then the window opens on June the 15th. And the moves that have been building for months are now collapsing into days and hours of decisive action. 2 midfielders, 150 million euros combined. Both deals moving, both targets identified, both being pursued simultaneously with the kind of decisiveness and the kind of clarity that this club has been missing for years. Ederson and Sandro Tonali. That is the double coup Michael Carrick wants. That is the statement United are about to make. Ederson first. Because the timeline on this deal has compressed dramatically in the last 48 hours. Matteo Moretto broke it. Ederson is very close to signing for Manchester United. New contacts between United and Atalanta happening between Tuesday and Wednesday next week to close the deal. Final figure around £43 million. That is it. That is the number. No auction, no bidding war. A clean and straightforward acquisition of a player who said yes weeks ago and has been waiting for the clubs to finalise the structure. Ben Jacobs confirmed talks are progressing between United and Atalanta. Progress has been made. No formal offer yet as of Friday, but that could change relatively quickly. Ederson and United have discussed terms over a 5-year contract. The direction is forward. The momentum is real. Atalanta left Ederson out of their starting lineup to face Fiorentina despite him having started the last 3 games. No official explanation provided. He was not listed in the confirmed squad either, making his absence even more significant. When a player who has been a regular starter suddenly disappears from the team sheet on the same weekend his club is in active transfer talks, the conclusion draws itself. The deal is close. Atalanta are managing his situation accordingly. United are finalising the structure. New contacts next week to close. Done by the end of next week if everything progresses as expected. What Ederson provides is the specific defensive intelligence and the ball-winning authority that makes Kobbie Mainoo's progressive and creative qualities possible at the highest level. The holding midfielder, the protective presence, the player who covers the ground, wins the second ball and gives the double pivot its defensive foundation. Casemiro was that player for years. Ederson at 26 replaces him with 6 or 7 years of elite performance ahead rather than behind. £43 million for exactly that profile at that age in this transfer market is exceptional value. United know it. Atalanta know it. Ederson knows it. The deal wants to happen. Now Tonali, because this is where it gets genuinely extraordinary. Gianluca Di Marzio reported it directly. Sandro Tonali is the first player Michael Carrick specifically wants at Manchester United. There was a gentleman's agreement with Newcastle that included the possibility of his transfer to a top club if they failed to qualify for the Champions League. Newcastle failed to qualify. The agreement is now active, and the valuation is around €100 million as a base, potentially 75 to 80 million plus bonuses depending on the structure of any deal. There is a good chance the deal will go through. That is Di Marzio's assessment. Not possible. Not being discussed. A good chance. From the Italian journalist who has the strongest relationships with Serie A and Italian football sources of any reporter in the world. Tonali's personal preference adds another layer to this story. He would reportedly prefer United over Manchester City specifically because of the role he would have. Rodri is expected to stay at City for at least another year, which means Tonali would be competing for a position rather than owning one at the Etihad. At Old Trafford, the double pivot alongside Mainoo is his immediately, from day one. That specific clarity of role matters enormously to a player who spent 10 months on a betting ban suspension and who has spent this season rebuilding his reputation and his confidence as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. The Anderson situation is what has accelerated the Tonali pursuit. Forest have placed a £125 million value on Anderson. Manchester City are the favourites for his signature according to The Athletic. United have looked at those facts and made a clear and rational decision. Walk away, pivot. Pursue the next best option with the same budget and the same conviction. That is not failure, that is smart recruitment. Spending £125 million on a player who prefers your rivals is not smart recruitment regardless of his quality. Tonali for £80 to £100 million. Ederson for £43 million. Combined around £130 million. Within the budget. Both deals moving, both players wanting to come, both with specific and complementary profiles that address exactly what the double pivot demands. Gleison Bremer from Juventus has emerged as an unexpected defensive target, with Tutto Juve reporting, United have a £50 million offer ready and are considering submitting it. Juventus do not want to sell as they consider him central to their plans, which is the most significant obstacle, but United's defensive need is real. The injury crisis of this season, Timber out for months, De Ligt missing since November. Martinez missing multiple periods created a defensive vulnerability that Champions League football cannot afford to expose repeatedly. A reliable and physically imposing centre-back is the structural priority alongside the midfield rebuild. Bremer at 28 is exactly the profile United identified as essential. Good injury record, physical authority, experienced at the highest European level with Juventus. The £50 million offer represents serious financial intent, and if Juventus's resistance softens over the course of the summer, the deal could move quickly given the groundwork already being laid. Joshua Zirkzee is heading out. AS Roma have confirmed their interest, with La Gazzetta dello Sport reporting they are planning a fresh approach after failing to sign him in January. United want £21 million for a player who was bought for £87 million just 2 years ago. The loss is significant and painful, but Sesko's form this season makes a direct replacement unnecessary, and the wage saving plus whatever transfer fee is achieved goes directly into the summer budget that is funding Ederson, Tonali and potentially Bremer. Zirkzee to Roma makes sporting sense for the Dutch striker. A fresh start in a city where football is passionate and personal. A system under Claudio Ranieri or his successor that could unlock the qualities that never quite clicked in England. And United clearing a salary that was a constant reminder of a recruitment mistake under the previous ownership era. The picture as United approach their final league game at Brighton on Sunday is one of extraordinary clarity and extraordinary momentum. Carrick confirmed as permanent manager. Mainu signed to 2031, Casemiro to Inter Miami, Malacia released, Højlund to Napoli for £38 million, Zirkzee to Roma for £21 million. Ugarte expected sale incoming. Rashford Barcelona saga approaching resolution, money coming in, budget confirmed, targets identified. Ederson very close, new contacts next week, done by the end of next week. Tonali, Carrick's #1 personal target, good chance the deal goes through. Newcastle's gentleman's agreement active following Champions League failure. Bremer, £50 million offer being prepared, Juventus resistant but not immovable. One league game left, the window opens June the 15th. The Champions League begins in September. The quiet revolution has a permanent leader. The summer of transformation is hours away from beginning. And Manchester United, for the first time in over a decade, are entering a transfer window with clear direction, confirmed management, identified targets, and the financial platform to make every single one of them happen. Ederson and Tonali, £130 million, 2 midfielders, 2 deals, one summer that changes everything. It is happening. Manchester United are back elsewhere. Michael Carrick will take charge of Man United for the first time as permanent head coach as they visit Brighton, and here is everything you need to know. Michael Carrick will take the helm for his first official match as Manchester United's permanent head coach this Sunday, as the Red Devils travel to face Brighton and Hove Albion in the final game of the Premier League season. With their third-place finish already secured, Manchester United head into the fixture with little pressure. In contrast, Brighton, currently 7th, have everything to play for as they aim to secure a spot in European competition for next season. The stakes are high for Brighton on the final day of the campaign. Fabian Hürzeler's side is fighting to secure European football for the 2026-27 season, with even a Champions League spot still a remote possibility. As it stands, the Seagulls occupy 7th place, which guarantees a spot in the Europa League group stage. However, they are just 1 point ahead of 8th place Chelsea, who are in a Conference League playoff position. With 9th place Brentford only a point further back, Brighton could still miss out on Europe entirely if results go against them. Conversely, they are only 3 points behind 6th placed Bournemouth. Should Aston Villa finish 5th, that 6th spot would be upgraded to a Champions League position, adding another layer of intrigue to the final day. Brighton will be looking to bounce back from a recent 1-0 loss to Leeds United, a result that marked their second defeat in their last 3 league matches. However, they can draw confidence from their strong recent record against Manchester United, having won 7 of their last 10 encounters across all competitions, including a 2-1 FA Cup victory in January. For Manchester United, the match marks a celebratory moment following the confirmation of Michael Carrick as their permanent manager. The Englishman, who signed a contract until the summer of 2028, has impressed since taking over from Ruben Amorim in January, winning 11 of his 16 Premier League games. With 3rd place locked in, United can play with freedom. The team comes into this game on the back of a 3-2 victory over Nottingham Forest, their 4th win in the last 5 league outings. Their last away fixture, however, was a goalless draw against Sunderland on May 9th. Having secured their return to the Champions League for the 2026-27 season, Carrick will face a new set of challenges next term. The Red Devils have been solid on the road this season, boasting the league's 4th best away record with 26 points from 18 matches and only 4 defeats. Brighton will be without several key players due to injury, including Stefanos Tsimas, knee, Kaoru Mitoma, thigh, and Adam Webster, knee. Midfielder Mats Wiefer is also a major doubt with an ankle issue. Manager Fabian Hürzeler may opt to field the same starting 11 that faced Leeds, with former United striker Danny Welbeck expected to lead the line. The match could also be a final appearance for midfielder Carlos Baleba, who has been linked with a summer move to Old Trafford. For Manchester United, Matthijs de Ligt remains sidelined with a back problem, while Benjamin Sesko is a significant doubt due to a shin injury that has kept him out of the last 2 games. Casemiro, who made his final appearance against Forest, will not be involved, potentially opening the door for Mason Mount to start in central midfield. Youngster Shea Lacey could feature in the squad, but Carrick is expected to name a strong lineup. Harry Maguire is likely to start despite his recent omission from the England squad. All eyes will be on Bruno Fernandes, who needs just 1 more assist to set a new all-time record for a single Premier League season, currently sharing the top spot with Kevin De Bruyne and Thierry Henry on 20. Brighton and Hove Albion possible starting lineup: Verbruggen, Veltman, Van Hecke, Dunk, Kuiper, Hinchelwood, Balba, Gross, Minter, Welbeck, Kadioglu. Manchester United possible starting lineup: Lamens, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, Mainu, Mount, Ahmad, Fernandes, Cunha, and Mbeumo.